Good morning and welcome everyone to today's session about growing your business with a marketplace consultant as part of our program Amazon 360. I hope you can all hear and see me well, and I hope that you're excited to talk about the opportunity to scale your business today. In this session, we will show you some interesting insights into our program and show you how a marketplace consultant can support your business growth. Additionally, you will see some best practices of an existing selling partner who already works successfully with a marketplace consultant. At the end of the session, we will host a Q&A in order to answer questions you may have. My name is Sebastian, and I have the honor to be your host today, together with my fabulous colleague, Harriet.
Hi everyone, lovely to meet you all. As Seb said, my name's Harriet. I have been working at Amazon since early 2020. I've been part of the 360 team and now responsible for leading the UK New Partnerships team. Delighted to be here with you all today and look forward to the session.
Awesome, thank you, Harriet. And quickly about myself as well. I'm working at the Amazon Marketplace for almost 3 years now. I'm based out of Berlin, Germany, and I'm responsible for the onboarding of new selling partners into our program Amazon 360 across Europe. But now, without further ado, let's dive right into the topic on how a marketplace consultant can support your business growth.
Hi everyone, a very warm welcome to the brand conference in this session on Amazon 360. I'm Andy Smith, the head of Amazon Marketplace paid services in the UK, and I have the privilege of talking to you today about the exciting opportunity to partner with our marketplace consulting team. A bit background about me before we jump in. I've been at Amazon for over 9 years working in the UK Marketplace team in a wide variety of roles impacting our selling partner journeys, from companies looking to join Amazon for the first time, launching programs like Fulfillment by Amazon Small and Light and Seller Fulfilled Prime, to focusing on our established selling partners and the areas that we can partner to grow their businesses and improve their experiences. One thing that's been consistent throughout my time at Amazon is how much we can mutually learn and gain by partnering with businesses like yours. By combining forces, I've seen time and again that we can make a meaningful difference to our mutual experience and that of the wider population of selling partners, which is one of the things that initially excited me about Amazon 360. The Amazon 360 program launched in mid-2019 and is designed for our marketplace selling partners across the EU who are looking to grow their business by partnering with one of our marketplace consultants. Our consultants act as your trusted business partner and support you by helping you to navigate an ever-changing landscape and providing you with bespoke guidance and a tailored strategy. We provide personalized data insights and actionable recommendations that empower you to grow so you can focus on the bigger picture. Today, you'll have the opportunity to hear from leaders and selling partners on the 360 program, followed by a question and answer session. You can also speak to a member of the team one-to-one in our booth, with experts available during the entire event. For now, thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoy the sessions, and I'll leave you with Rocio, who will talk to you in more detail about the 360 program.
Thanks, Andy. Hi everyone, I'm Rocio, head of the 360 program in Spain. I'm delighted to be here today participating in my very first event, and this is also my first time in the London Amazon offices. I am here now to give you context around how an MC from our Amazon 360 program supports selling partners on Amazon Marketplace with setting and achieving their Amazon goals. Our marketplace consultants act as trusted advisors to your business, offering guidance, strategic advice, and support. They partner with selling partners to identify opportunities in key areas such as fulfillment, account health, conversion growth, merchandising, and global expansion. And they develop tailored strategies for your business. They also help us selling partners to stay informed on the latest beta programs, pilots, and event opportunities to promote discoverability of your products, whilst also staying up to date on the most relevant Amazon news. Finally, they offer tactical support that will allow you to navigate your business priorities in a seamless and focused way. They do so through a monthly data-driven business review. This business review provides strategic advice and recommendations across 5 modules: marketing strategy, brand building, catalog optimization, fulfillment and expansion, and finally, sustainability. The marketplace consultant and the selling partner will set quarterly objectives and will focus on a maximum of 2 modules at a time. All in all, your marketplace consultant will quickly become an expert on your business and will continually adapt the strategy to your business needs. And now I pass over to Alex, one of our consultants, and Barry, CEO of Salt Retail and a long-standing selling partner on the Amazon 360 program. I hope you find it interesting and are able to learn from their experience.
So thank you, Rocio, for your introduction. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. I'll introduce myself. My name's Alex. I'm a marketplace consultant and I joined the 360 team in May 2020. Alongside me, I have Barry, who's the CEO of Salt Retail. He's going to share some insights on the 360 program and how we've partnered together to support his business growth. So Barry, welcome.
Thank you.
To start with, can you just tell me a little bit about your business, where it came from, what you sell?
Yeah, I'd love to. So we've been selling on Amazon now for about 10 years, just over 10 years. Actually, our story is quite an interesting one. We started as a bedroom seller way back in 2011, where we just had some old products when my nan died, which we sold. Instead of throwing them in a skip, we just sold them on the platforms. And then we progressed, started realizing what you could sell online at that time. And we spoke with Amazon and came into the health and beauty market. We started with £10, so we didn't have any investments, any overdrafts, no loans, just a bit of old stock, as I call it, but it's old people's stuff to start with for my nan. And then we progressed and built and reinvested into the company through the sales that we have done. If you fast forward to today, we exceed £10 million a year now. We sell on Amazon globally. We partner with our brands to deliver every aspect of their Amazon business. Maybe that's advertising, promotions, across to creative, A+ content, everything that a brand needs. So we buy the products from the brand. We then partner with that brand to work with them on Amazon, and not just in the UK and Europe, but across the whole world. So it's been quite a journey, and still today, we have never taken a loan, investment, or overdraft, and still today, we're now heading, or our next plan for the next couple of years is to hit the £50 million mark, with your help, of course, Alex.
Yes, thank you, Barry. Very interesting. So how many brands do you work with now?
Currently, we're working with 120 brands. They're scattered all over the world. So there's a lot of UK brands, but we also have a lot of European brands, and we're doing quite a bit of work now with the American brands as well.
Okay. And can we just dive a little bit into your experience of Amazon before you joined Amazon 360? So what was that like? Where was your business at that point?
So previous to joining 360, I joined 360 at some point in the beginning of 2020, I think it was. We have been self-taught. We're self-taught on Amazon. We learned everything that we did through the university, through trial and error, through making mistakes, through building the knowledge and the understanding. And then as our team grew, I mean, it was me and my wife right at the beginning, but as the team's grown and moved, we've done the training and everything in-house to get them to the standard that we're doing. So lots of research, lots of books, lots of online content, and we've muddled our way through. That's how we did in the beginning. Yeah.
And what was the initial purpose for kind of an initial reason for joining 360? What did you see as the value of it?
When we joined 360, we knew that we needed to grow our business. Not we needed to, we wanted to grow our business. And we wanted to scale it beyond where we were. I think when we joined the company, we were doing 2.5 million. When we joined the program, 2.5 million. And we wanted to get to 10 million, 20 million and beyond. So to scale, we needed support. And with anyone starting a new business up, support is very difficult to get hold of. And this program came up. I can't quite remember how I knew about it, but it seemed to fit ideally with what we were trying to do to grow our business.
Yeah. So yeah, Barry was one of the first sellers who joined. I think we started in May 2019, the program. I think Barry joined at the kind of start of 2020. So he's one one of the very first ones. I just want to get a bit more into your experience about when you joined, like how you found the onboarding process in your initial few months. What was that process like? What kind of things did you work on with your marketplace consultant?
So right at the beginning, I expressed my interest through either an email or a message that I got from Amazon. And I had a conversation with who was my account manager to start with before yourself, with Katrina, and we went through what our objectives were, what we were trying to achieve, what our business was like, how we what we knew, what we didn't know about Amazon, and how they thought they could help us. And then there was back in the day, there was a couple of weeks wait before we could get onto the program, but we started on the first of the following month. And the way it sort of looks and feels for us is the consultant, the Amazon consultant that works with us is part of our team now. Mm-hmm. We've got a great relationship between you and I. Before, had a great relationship with Katrina, who was there before. And I think that if you embrace the program, if you allow your consultant to be a consultant in your business, and are open to the changes and open to the directions, then the program works very well for you.
Yeah.
So right at the beginning, we were talking about how do we improve listings, how do we improve the A+ content, the basics of selling on Amazon. How do we drive that forward? How do we make what we call best-in-class listings and best-in-class storefronts, etc. And then we turned from that to how we could grow the business together, talking about FBA, talking about Pan-EU, Small and Light, and all the different programs that Amazon offer to allow us to grow our business, to allow us to make sure we were utilizing everything that Amazon's supporting the businesses with, to allow us and use all the tools that are available to grow the business steadily. And we started basically focusing on the UK. Although we were a global company, we started on the UK. We looked at where we were going right, where we were going wrong, what we needed to do, how we could grow it further. And then that then had the impact that we needed. And then from that point on, it's about the statistics, it's about what's working, what's not working. Yeah. And it allowed us to deliver our brand's promise as well. For our brands that we partner with, we are promising them best in class. We are promising them that we can make sure that their brand looks great, it feels great, it's being seen by all of the millions and millions of people hitting Amazon every day. And so that partnership that we formed between the program and us was fundamental in us driving our business to the next level.
Yeah, brilliant. So you talked a little bit about the various different tasks you've undertaken, like listings, Pan-EU. What have been some of what do you see as the key business objectives you've had on the program, and how has the program kind of helped you deliver those key objectives? Maybe we can talk about the first year and the second year, because obviously it's changed and it's different for each brand. But
it's been a funny few years, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Brexit, COVID, cost of living crisis, everything that's been going on. It's been a challenging couple of years, for 3 years. And I think that anybody that's selling online, the general consensus is that they had it easy during COVID. It was online, it was open, and everything else. But there were challenges around that. And I think so. I think for the first year and a half with Brexit and everything else, we were working on the Pan-EU program, what the changes that the Pan-EU program had to do because of Brexit, and how we could make sure that our European business stayed up and stayed live. For a good 6-7 months, that was a challenge that we were working on together. And then, of course, when Brexit came, it was all different to what we expected in the first place. So we had to change all those plans and move that forward, from where we were to make sure that we delivered what we wanted to do and continue our European sales. So to start with, once we'd got the basics right, once we'd made sure that our listings and A+ and the brand registry and everything else was right and correct on our accounts, then it was about how to drive the business forward and how to give it that growth and how to make it successfully within guidelines, within policy, and correct for our brands. There's a lot of people involved to make sure that everyone's happy and everyone's driving that forward. And that was fundamental to our growth piece. And when Pan-EU stopped, obviously we then had a few months and a few years from the UK to Europe to build that and work that on, and the advice that was coming from the consultants, the advice that was coming from outside sources, all came together to allow us to deliver what we need to deliver. And during COVID, allowing us to continue to trade during COVID, allowing us to continue the models of every company in the country were going through the pains they were going through. But yet we had someone to talk to, somebody that could look at the programs, tell us what was happening, tell us what was coming. Those things really helped us guide our strategic moves within our business.
Yeah.
But in the first year, it was all about the UK, driving the UK forward, making sure we had everything right, everything was perfect. And then the next bit was about Europe, right on top of Brexit. It's probably the wrong time to do it, but we did it right on top of Brexit and we made it work. So right through that European program. And moving now, it's more about the strategic moves, pilot programs, advertising promotions, and those types of things to make sure that our brands are seen when you search on Amazon.
Cool. Thanks very much, Barry, for that. I think some of our viewers at home would like to know a little bit more about, if we just take one example, so PanEU, for example, whereby Amazon essentially uses our fulfillment centres in Europe to move your stock around. So if you're a UK-based seller, you can send your stock into the EU, and then we will basically move the stock around intelligently and deliver the product to customers in the EU. So if we focus on PanEU, I think it'd be good to just delve into a bit more how the program actually worked with you to grow your business on PanEU, and what were the key things you did with the marketplace consultant, and how do they help your business exactly on like a day-to-day level?
I think if we take a step back, pre-Brexit, PanEU was UK and Europe, and so we've been on PanEU for quite a long time. We were delivering our FBAs into the UK, and then that was being taken care of by Amazon across the network.
So Amazon would actually carry the goods across the border from the UK into the EU, so you were just inbound into the UK.
Yeah, which made it very simple to open up and drive more platforms and more international platforms. When Brexit came along, obviously that was more problematic, and they had to stop the UK arm of the PanEU program. So now we were in a position where we had stock in the UK, we had no stock in Europe, and we need to move stock into Europe during a time where moving stock into Europe was probably it was easier to move it into America or move it into Canada or move it into Singapore than it was to move it into Europe at the time with Brexit. So our consultant worked with us on making sure we were compliant. So helped us with things like making sure we had the right companies working next to us outside of Amazon. So that Amazon had their preferred programs to work with companies who could move the goods, who could be the record of importer, who could make sure that everything was done correctly and on time. And so we worked with our consultants to make sure that we had everything in place that we needed to do to get us to that level. We also had an input into that where we were giving Amazon, through our consultants, everything that we were doing as well. So it was a real partnership opportunity where it was such a blank canvas at that time. No one really knew what was happening. Everyone was scrambling around trying to get the fix. And we fed into Amazon with everything that we were doing. They fed in everything that was going on with other third parties for logistics and movement and everything from there. And that really helped us to get moving. And then a few months in, the EFN program, where you can move goods across borders with Amazon, was lifted on a pilot stage, and we were part of that pilot, and we joined that pilot team. So we got access to that early. We fed back any problems or anything. So we were helping Amazon through our consultants with any issues. But at the same time, we were getting the benefit of being able to move our stock through an EFN program whilst we fixed the getting the stock into Europe and getting onto the PanEU setup.
So just to clarify there, EFN, where you would send your stock into a UK fulfillment centre, and then actually Amazon would deliver the product directly from that fulfillment centre in the UK to a customer in Europe, and you wouldn't have VAT obligations because you wouldn't be storing inventory in Europe.
Yes, so it was a lot more. It was a lot simpler to do that. For us, the PanEU program was much better for us and much slicker. And if you were in EFN and it was from the UK, obviously Amazon had a couple of days delivery time, so it wasn't the perfect solution for us as a business. But for a stopgap, that was a great opportunity for us to get that done, so we could get the stock moving. And if we hadn't been on this program, we wouldn't have been part of that pilot, and that would have been a few months further delay on us driving our international business.
And what was the impact of opening up the FN? So obviously you went from probably almost zero in EU sales to what was the...
Yeah, I mean, Brexit on the sales cost a lot of money for that first time. The impact of the EFN allowed us to get our sales back up and running, and they went back to about 60-65% of pre-Brexit pre-Brexit numbers. So that gave us the starting point, which also helped us, because at that point your rankings are being dropped and everything else because the stock has been impossible to get to Amazon. So we had to really build that business again and start again after Brexit with that, and that really helped us with everything that we were doing to deliver our European pledge to our brands. But I think what it also helped, it gave us the data to get the right stock in when we were able to start moving stock back into Europe and into the Pan-EU program. It allowed us to have the data to start getting that stock levels right. So it gave us a jump start on those numbers as we delivered that across. So all in all, I think the program from that perspective, that one little thing that we're talking about, and there's lots that we could talk about from that one area. It really helped us get our EU business back up and running. It helped us move the stock, helped us fill the gap as we were delivering that gap, and then it allowed us to drive forward. And today, we're probably a year on now from when those pains sort of went away. We are delivering stronger numbers in Europe now. We're having our record months every single month in Europe, and our sales are driving forward, and that's thanks to what we did during that period.
Yeah. So it sounds kind of like a trusted advisor partnership, whereby your marketplace consultant is keeping you updated on any new solutions and programs, and kind of helping you navigate, if your own individual business needs, the programs that will best suit you, so you can grow. Yeah,
I mean, definitely for me, I try and think of you and the program as part of our team.
Yeah.
So when we have our monthly meetings, we're talking about the positive growths of where we want to deliver, and the program may highlight 2 or 3 areas where we're not quite strong, or we're not as strong in as we are in the rest of them, and then we will go away and we'll focus on that particular area. Sometimes to prove a point that we can do it, and sometimes because it makes perfect sense to where that direction is going. And if we can deliver that, and we can work on that with those points, the next month we come back and we'll look at something else and how we get better. So from the program's perspective, we get a report every month which benchmarks us, gives us opportunities of where we are, what we're doing, how do we deliver, how do we move forward, where our strengths are, where we could improve, and quite granular detail on something that most businesses can't get without having that report, because it's time consuming, and to try and pull all of that information together is quite difficult if you don't have all the software behind you. So those reports allow us to have our guidelines. They also allow us to see what we did last month versus this month in change, so strategic change. So if we were working on, let's say, our A+ content for a month in translations, we can then reflect that and see if it was successful or not a month later or 2 months later, or we can monitor it for a year, however we do that. And so that the marketplace consultant allows us to really understand our business first, and that's the most important thing. And the program takes the time to learn the business, understand what your model is, what your plans are.
Yeah.
Are you wanting to grow at 1%, 50%, or you want to stay the same? Or you trying to improve? What is your strategic goal? And then when you've got that strategic goal, help you action that and take that forward. And they do that through the reports and through meetings on a monthly basis, and then emails in between, and advice and catch up. So there's the advice piece, there's the pilot piece, there's the reporting piece. When you bring it all together, it helps you drive your growth.
Yeah. Okay. So knowing what you know now and having been on the program for like over 2.5 years, what would you say to anyone considering joining the 360 program? What would be like your key things for them to keep in mind?
I wouldn't go back. I think the program, as you said, we were very early on the program. The program was music to my ears when I heard it. I think that if you want to grow a little, or you want to perfect an area of your business, or you want some support and trusted advice around where you are on your business and where you can go to, I think that if you want to be part of a pilot program or part of a beta program or part of something that you, and almost part of the Amazon family. It sounds a bit, a bit cliche, but that it is a little bit like that. That will then deliver you everything that you want to do, but you've got to give it time. It's not going to happen on meeting number one.
Yeah.
The consultant has to learn about your business, has to understand where you are, pull all your information, your data, learn about your strategy, and then if they're embedded in that business and understand your business, then, or business or brand, they can then drive that forward and can then start to work with you. But I would be saying this: don't mistake it as extra resource. Don't mistake it as extra help and in time perspective. You still have to put in all of the effort. You have to put in all of the resources. You have to make sure you're guiding it. This is extra on top of that.
Okay.
You can't replace it. This is extra, which will help you get ahead of the game.
Well, no, thank you so much, Barry, for sharing
You're
your
welcome.
experiences. I can say on behalf of myself, it's been a pleasure working with you. I really enjoy our monthly calls, and I'm looking forward in the future to see how the business grows and reaches your ambitious targets, as we know about.
Thank you.
We're going to pass over to Harriet now, who's our head of UK partnerships, and she's just going to close the session.
Hi, I'm Harriet. Having joined the Amazon 360 team 2.5 years ago, I now have the pleasure of heading up the UK partnerships team. Day to day, my team and I have the opportunity to engage with many prospective brands and selling partners, such as yourselves, understanding how we can support you to take your business to the next level. Firstly, I'd like to thank Barry and Alex for sharing their experiences. I hope you found these insightful, along with the information shared by our leadership team. Before we jump into questions in the chat, I would like to quickly remind you that if you want to find out more information, you can visit one of our booths for a one-to-one chat with a member of the team. Thanks for listening and enjoy the rest of the event.
Great. We hope we could give you some more insights into the work with a marketplace consultant. And as Harriet has mentioned in the video, you now have the opportunity to ask us questions about the program, and we will endeavor to answer as many as we can. I can see already questions now.
Yes.
Harriet, do you want to pick the first one?
Cool, of course. Yeah, so really interesting questions coming through here. Thank you all for sending those. So the first one I would like to call out and ask today is, how do we measure program success?
Yeah, really interesting one. So our selling partner satisfaction is actually the main success measure we have, which is captured through a monthly survey each selling partner receives. And this is also reviewed by our leadership team. We do have some internal mechanisms by which we measure the success of our marketplace consultants, which may be, for instance, growth or turnover increase. However, really the main success measure for us is the satisfaction of the selling partners we work with.
I think as well, just to add to that, we also use the feedback in the survey to kind of drive improvements and changes to the program. So if we're hearing kind of lots of feedback around something that you guys would like to see more of, or maybe less of, whatever it might be, we can then use those insights to make changes to the program too. So it's really, really useful mechanism.
Exactly. That's why we call it a partnership and not a one-way mechanism. But let's go into the next one, which I can see here. Which brands do you work with?
Yes, interesting question. So we can't actually disclose the specific brands that we work with just due to confidentiality reasons, but we do partner with businesses across all ranges of categories, sizes, you name it. We've got home and garden sellers, we've got beauty sellers, we've got renewed tech sellers, baby, all the categories you can think of. So we're not restricted to particular categories, which makes it kind of a really great opportunity for us as consultants to be exposed to such a broad range of business types. Cool. So yeah, really good, interesting one coming through here, one we get often asked. So Seb, can you support us with resolving operational or account health issues on the program?
Yeah, so we really get this question quite often. However, as mentioned in the video already, the main objective of the marketplace consultant is to provide strategic advice and give feedback on the business growth, not to work on operational issues and account enforcements. For any operational issue or account health issues, you will still need to go through the standard path on Seller Central, also as a member of the program.
Absolutely.
The next one I would like to pick is, what are the costs of the program?
Yeah, sure. So I will give a run through in pounds and also euros because it's slightly different. So we basically, the way the fees are structured is we have a fixed fee and a variable fee on top of that fixed fee, which is charged monthly. So the fixed fee is £1,440 or €1,600 per month. And then on top of that, the variable fee is 0.3% of your total turnover for that prior month. We have a monthly cap on fees, so you would never have a higher fee than £4,500 a month or €5,000. The fee is billed monthly through your Seller Central kind of payment account. And then our minimum contract term is 6 months. And the reason we have that minimum term in place is because we think it's really important that we kind of give your business time to see growth on the program. So you would have seen and heard from Barry there that you do need to commit to it for a certain period of time before you will start to see the results. Anything less than that doesn't really give us enough time to kind of make the actions and support you in the way that we would want to. So that's why we have that minimum term.
Yeah,
Anything
agreed.
else you that, Seb?
Yeah, we want to work long term with our selling partners. So even 6 months is quite a short term, and it obviously should be worthwhile for all selling partners to be in the program. That's why we say at least 6 months. But even in case, which is rarely the case, but even in case after 6 months you realize it's not worthwhile for you, you could leave the program then.
Absolutely. And we do see, we have sellers that stay with us for years. Barry has been a long-standing customer, as you will have just heard from him. So yeah, really have that kind of minimum term in place to protect you guys and ensure that you can see the benefits from the program.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So this is a really great one. How does the partnership between me as a selling partner and the marketplace consultant work?
Yeah, so we always have a monthly business call with the marketplace consultant, where selling partners receive an overview of the current status, what has been going on over the past month, new insights into what's going on the Amazon marketplace, as well as insights into the financials and strategic growth areas we can work on together. Also, on top of that, in between, we communicate via email usually, but it is really here a tandem model where the selling partner and the marketplace consultant can agree on how we work best together. But in general, we have at least always this monthly business review, and on top of that, email communication.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Here's one question. How can I find out more about the program and where can I apply?
Sure. So we have a live booth which is available for you to join throughout the event today. So the booth is being facilitated by our team of marketplace consultants and partner managers. So they should be able to answer any questions if we don't cover them during this Q&A session now. You can also visit our website, which will be pinned to the chat. So we have a different website depending on what country you're based in. And on that website, there'll be a form that you can fill in, and one of our partner managers will reach out to you to kind of book a call in, get in touch, and answer any kind of outstanding questions that you may have. So hopefully that's clear. You should be able to easily access those links from this booth. And I've just seen another one come through. So I don't know if you want to take this one, but do you assist people or businesses who are just starting out on Amazon?
Yes, so we have across Amazon multiple different programs. For our paid services now, we have the starter program and the 360 program. The starter program is more for junior businesses who are younger in their Amazon growth. And I would just recommend going on the website and apply, fill out the contact form, please, and then we will be in touch with one of our partner managers.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think the key is just to have a conversation with a partner manager, find out a bit more about whether it's going to be a suitable option for your business, and then we can take it from there.
Yeah. And I've just seen another one, Harriet. Is there a special program for operation support besides the standard support?
No, not that I'm aware of, and I don't think there is one. So all selling partners do have to follow the standard pathways and procedures in Seller Central. So using a case log, responding via the case log, and then for account health issues, using your account health dashboard, which should be easily accessible. Unfortunately, we don't have kind of a preferential operational support program. Cool. Anything else? I'm just having a look through to see if we've got any other questions coming through. I can't see anything on my side. What about you, Seb?
No, there's also nothing coming through right now, but let's wait a few more moments maybe. There's one. How long does it take to be onboarded? So that really depends on the country you're based in, right? So we do have a wait list of selling partners, as we only have a limited amount of marketplace consultant. But once you fill out the form on the website that has been posted, one of our partner managers will be in touch with you, and we can also inform you what would be the next onboarding date we can take you into our program. Once you started, you get a lot of information in terms of how we work together. You receive the contract, you will receive videos in terms of what our best collaboration is and how we work together, but it really depends on the start date in terms of how many slots we have for each month. So the best way for you will be just fill out the form on the website, and we can inform you when we would be able to onboard you into our program.
Absolutely. And we, just to confirm as well, we always start on the first day of the month. So you'll either start in November or December or whenever it is that we agree to start the partnership.
Yep. And another one just came through. Can the support be remote, or do you have in-person meetings, or is it flexible?
Really good question. So the support is predominantly remote, but you will be aligned to a consultant that is based in the same country as you. So we do also offer in-person meetings. They probably wouldn't be on a monthly basis, maybe a quarterly basis, depending on what the best kind of fit is for your business and how you want to work together. So yeah, I guess to answer that one, it is flexible. And then day to day you would communicate via email, and then you'd have your kind of monthly business plan call where you talk through kind of in more detail around financial performance, key insights, etc. What is the plan for the next month? So yeah, it's a combination of both really, and you'll kind of figure it out with your marketplace consultant on what's going to work best for the partnership. Cool. So I think that is all we've got time for today. I hope you found the session insightful, and thanks so much for sending those questions in. Enjoy the rest of the event and hope to speak to some of you one-to-one in the near future. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much, everyone. See you in the booth.